Hey guys, this is Fidel with HLRBO doing the Field to Fork series. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pheasant pot pie. So come along with me as I show you step by step how to make a delicious, comforting, and warm dish on these fall days.
Alright guys, for this recipe you're going to want 1 large white onion, 2 medium-sized carrots, and 3 stalks of celery. And along with that you're also going to want about 3 to 4 garlic cloves, about a cup and a half of mushrooms. I'm using baby portobellos in this. And you're also going to want 2 slices of thick cut bacon. As you can see here guys, I'm doing nice medium-sized dice cuts on all of our vegetables. And we want that just so when we cook them, they still have their texture. They don't just turn to mush. We want this all to be nice, consistent size, so it also comes up to temp at equal times. Quick chef tip here, guys. When you're cutting carrots or anything that's round or in an awkward shape, one of the things we generally do will take vegetable peeler and peel it flat on one side, so that way it's less moving around. It's more of a stable surface. As you can see here guys, I just cut them on one side. I do flat cuts on it to get nice little batons, and then I start cutting these into sticks, and that's what I use to make nice little medium-sized dices. And here guys, I am slicing the baby portobello mushrooms. You're gonna want a little bit more than you think. Mushrooms really cook down to almost nothing, especially how hard we're gonna cook these to get the color and all the water out of. Another thing, make sure you wash your mushrooms. These I had to give them a quick rinse and then also just dry them off with a paper towel to make sure they were nice and clean for this. Here I have my 4 cloves of garlic. I just slice them in half and then just thinly slice them. You don't have to give these a fine mince. You just want them relatively thin. And in the background, you can see in the little container, I have some bacon cooked off. It was thick sliced bacon, roughly around 2 slices. I just cut those in small cubes, cooked them in the background, rendered out the fat, and saved that. You're going to want to save the fat for this because the pheasant is so lean. We need to add as much fat as we can into this recipe, guys. Alright guys, so in the background, as you can see, I have a pot going with some cold water, any of the scraps I have from the vegetables, and the pheasant's thighs, spine, and just main carcass, so I can have a nice flavorful stock with it. Along with this, as you can see, I'm seasoning the meat, salt, pepper, very simple, and giving this a hard sear, guys. I want to develop a nice crust on this to get a nice flavor profile, and to also get development of fond, which is the nice little brown bits on the bottom. All these things are to develop flavors for every step of this recipe, guys. So take your time, make sure your pan's nice and hot. As you can see here, I am making the stock right now with the pheasant carcass, guys. Right now, as you can see, I'm just moving the pheasant breast around, small little bite-sized pieces. Remember, these are things you're going to want to be able to eat with a spoonful. You can see the nice little brown pieces all around on the pan, and this is working great to develop flavors. One of the big things, guys, is cook your vegetables in stages. I did the mushrooms because I want to get rid of all that water, but not let the fond burn. As you can see here, I have nice color on the mushrooms. They shrunk down a lot. That was a cup and a half of mushrooms. I'm going to take these out, and then I'm going to add the rest of our vegetables, which is, again, the celery, carrots, onions. You can add leeks. You can add any other, maybe like a rutabaga or even celery root, something that can withstand the harsh heat and the oven time, guys. Alright guys, and now I'm adding the rest of the vegetables, the celery, carrots, and onions. Deglaze the pan with all the liquids. Cook down your vegetables, add your garlic, cook it for 30 seconds until it's fragrant. Next are herbs. I put thyme and rosemary. You can use anything you want. Now that they're nice and softly cooked after 5-10 minutes, I'm going to add the mushrooms and the rest of the pheasant into it, kind of bring it up to temp. You can add a little bit of butter if you see that this is a little dry. For the next step, which is adding in flour to develop our roux, which is going to be a thickening. I generally add about 1/4 cup of flour, and I just gauge it. You can add more or less. It just depends on how thick you want it. From here, I cook the flour out for about a minute 30 seconds. You want to get rid of the raw flour taste. And then in stages, guys, you add in your liquid. I add a little bit at a time here. I mix it till it thickens and it comes back to a simmer. If you dump everything in all at once, you're going to get a lumpy gravy in this pot pie. And that's not what we want after we worked so hard in the field for this product. So I do this in stages. This is about 2 cups of the pheasant stock. From here, I will add dairy. So you can use whole milk, heavy cream, half and half. Really, you just want something with a good fat content. I wouldn't go any lower than 2% milk. So here I used whole milk, added a nice richness. And the entire time, guys, I'm seasoning as I go, going light on the salt and a little bit on the pepper. You can always add, but you can't take away from it in these kind of situations. So as you can see, I have the last bit of milk here. I let it come up to a simmer and I get it up to the thickness that I want, or just a little bit away from it, guys. So as we can see, it's coming to a nice thickness. It's coming to the consistency. I've been tasting this on and off camera, and in the midst of this, I pulled the puff pastry dough for 40 minutes. I measured around the rim. I let this cool down because I didn't want to burn myself. And then I put the puff pastry around the cast iron with a little egg wash so it doesn't stick. The oven's been preheated at 400 degrees, guys. And I'm just going to take this, crimp it around the edges. This is just really wanting to seal it in the flavors and let the steam work. And from here, I'm going to take this, put it into a 400 degree oven and let it cook from 20 to 25 minutes, give or take. It's really, as long as it puffs up and gets to a nice golden brown color, it's ready to go. And again, you can do this ahead of time, guys. You can do this a couple days before, let this cool, and then put it in smaller ramekins. It's a great little showpiece. And as we see here, pulled out of the oven, they're ripping hot. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. If you cut into this too soon, it will deflate. But guys, this is pheasant pot pie. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and down below.